right, welcome to the StewKast, the wrestling podcast with Lou Marconi and Corey Castle. I'm Lou Marconi at omarconi251 on Instagram. At Corey Castle is my partner here.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. He's everywhere, folks. He's everywhere. So we're going to talk about Raw and SmackDown today, and anything else that things going on people's mind. I guess like a retired Big Show is dating Jennifer Lopez, and we talked about it. It's like.
Maybe it's happening. Maybe it's happening.
There's pictures. Maybe it happened. Maybe it's happening. And I just
for all your celebrity gossip, this isn't your source.
No. And you know what? It looks like an odd couple to me. I admit, but then again, it's like Beauty and the Beast type of thing, I guess. So, all right, man, we want to drop right in. We're going to talk about SmackDown. But before that, hey, everybody, this is the StewKast Wrestling Podcast on the Combat Zone Network, a subsidiary of the Fans First Sports Network. Corey Castle Show, Evolving with Corey Castle. You can check that out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. Our show, the Sunday Stew Pods on Rumble every Sunday morning. I have the Fanatical Elves Network, which is a subsidiary of the Fans First Sports Network, where I do the Burning River Browns talk on Fridays, and every other Monday I do Stirring the Pot with Johnny Cleveland. So, guys, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. Anything you want to start out with, Corey? Because got some notes here from SmackDown I was going to go over with you, and
so we can just go right into that, and I'll kind of talk about because a little bit of how it started. Because I remember the opening of SmackDown.
Yeah, it was Cody Rhodes and Rock. Cody Rhodes and The Rock. Yeah. But before that, hey guys, check out the sponsor of the show, Hemisphere Coffee Roasters. It's in the description of the show. Check it out. It's click on there. You just make sure you tell them Lou sent you. Order up some good coffee. Hemisphere Coffee Roasters. The link is in the description of the show. Lou sent you. Hey. All right. Here we go. There we go. So, yeah, it was Cody Rhodes and The Rock. So, internet speculation is flying right now, which makes me think it's not going to happen because once everybody starts speculating
they'll do a swerve. That's why you kept quiet when we were talking about it 5 minutes ago. Yeah. Because I think it would be cool to happen. I think.
Well, let people know what we're talking about. People think Cody Rhodes is going to turn heel and be corporate Cody or something like that with The Rock. That's what they're thinking. So go ahead. You think it will, or you're sure it could?
It would be cool to see. I remember really liking Cody as a heel, like when he was dashing Cody Rhodes, when he was putting the bags over everybody's heads. Like that was really good heel work. And I mean, now that he's at his most popular, the most popular people make the best heels. And the money is always in a heel having a championship and a babyface chasing it.
That was the old way he used to do it. Yeah, but back up in New York in the old territory days, Bruno had the belt and they threw monster heels at him, kind of like how they did it they took that same model with Hogan in the 80s. Yeah,
right.
Interesting. Okay. Jimmy Uso got that upset win over Drew McIntyre. Did you see? I mean, left them laying. What do you think? What do you think about that?
It's gonna lead to Drew complaining more, and there being some. It's gonna rewind and reuse and recycle Drew McIntyre complaining and being bitter.
Yeah. Well,
that's my opinion. I mean, who knows? They could be going somewhere else with it. But, I mean, you never know. Like, Drew could be like, oh, that was damn fine. That was damn fine what you did. You put me out of my misery. I would have put me out of my misery, too. I respect you now.
Yeah, gotcha. Not bad. Not bad accent. Not bad accent there, Corey. Not bad. I'm not going to try it, but you can go right ahead. Just let you do it. Speaking of funny, that R-Truth LA Knight segment was hilarious. He's from Louisiana. He's LA Knight. And I'm like, and people are laughing. They're like, the commentators are like, he's from Maryland. He comes out. He's like, what? That was whoever's idea that was perfect. That was awesome.
Yeah. Really, I mean, I
Hmm.
really want to see more things from LA Knight. I'm a real
Hmm.
big fan of his.
I
So
love his work. I love watching him work. The Nakamura angle, they did that with. I think that's going to obviously be a WrestleMania. Probably set up
right.
LA Knight to win it back at WrestleMania.
Mhm.
Your favorite. I got my notes here for Nia Jax.
Mm.
Yeah,
Uh,
did you watch that? What she did, like
missed that
the one
one.
thing but you missed it. She did an annihilator on Trish Stratus. It looked weak. It looked bad. So, and then they're doing the whole thing with Charlotte Flair and Tiffany
When you
for
say annihilator, is that the butt fall? Like,
yeah, yeah. It looked terrible. Well, I think she stacked them on top of each other, so the timing of it was a little bit off. She had Trish Stratus.
mhm.
It
Yeah.
just yeah.
She was hanging off the buckle. I missed it completely.
Yeah, I think so. It just looked weak. It just looked weak.
Mhm.
If you want to check it out on YouTube, you can. I don't even want to do that again.
I think they were missing out on the naming of that move. Calling the annihilator is weird. They could have just called it the Bonsai,
The
but
Bonsai,
Bonsai drop
the
because it's a
Bonsai drop.
bonsai.
Oh, the
The bonsai.
Bonsai. Yeah, we're trying not to be racial stereotypes here. Okay. Yeah, we're on YouTube. Bonsai. So
No, I'm just saying, like it was called that when Yokozuna used it, and
yeah, it
that
was a
was
Bonsai drop. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
But they call it. Yeah. So
We're
anyway,
just trying to be wrestling historians here.
yeah. Moving on. If anybody doesn't know
Yes.
who Yokozuna is, look him up. Livin' Raquel. They did the angle with the tag champs,
Right.
and that led into Monday night. We'll talk about that. And then the Rock and Cody, the Soul promo.
Yeah. Strange.
That was interesting. Oh yeah, the tag division, the Profits angle with
That
the
was
machine guns. Yeah.
so confusing. I mean, I was like
Hmm.
too many working parts, too many moving parts in that whole thing.
Hmm.
Like run-ins, then more run-ins, and then more run-ins, and like none of the teams are established enough. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
like I guess they are, but like they're not. I don't
Yeah.
know. They're
I'm
not
fine.
household names or anything.
No, it just seems like the tag division is just kind of like, oh, I'll just throw shit out against the wall and see what sticks. That's what it
Yeah,
seems like they're doing. But
it,
go ahead. What were you about to say?
it's very check of the spaghetti's done.
It's done. It's done. It's done. Now, see, this helped me out because I'm actually preparing better for the show. I'm writing shit down because of my concussion brain here. Um, the last thing was on SmackDown was the tag team main event, which was Jacob Fatu and Solo Sokoa.
So
Sokoa. Sokoa. I wrote it down as Sikoa. Stop it. And then against Priest and Strowman, against Damian Priest and Braun Strowman. Uh, man, it was a good tag match. I mean, it was entertaining.
it
Yeah.
had good psychology. It
Hmm.
was well executed move.
And
Like I mean,
they put the baby
every,
faces over in it. Yep.
right, everything was they were selling realistically and reacting realistically, and
Yeah.
it was really nice work. Uh,
They,
from
it
those people.
reminded it kind of reminded me how uh, I did a show. Cue Ball and I teamed up on a handful of times in tag matches.
Right.
Cue Ball Carmichael and I did, and we did a show in Wilson, North Carolina, and we were wrestling these two guys that were called the Gorilla Squad, and the promoters were afraid to ask us. We were the main event to ask us to put them over, and they were going
Mhm.
to do a DQ finish. And we just looked. Q and I looked at it. She goes, no. We'll put them over. We'll put them over. And Q kind of like put the match together, the psychology of it, because the one guy was like a 400-pound dude. So
Mhm.
the whole match was Q Ball was avoiding that guy.
Right.
He was avoiding him. We were the heels. He was avoiding him. And the crowd was it's the want, the heat, the
Right.
want. Once
It builds it up.
it builds it up. That big dude got a hold of cue ball, match was over. He put him over, and that was
Mhm.
it. And the
Right.
place popped. So it was kind of
And
like
it
that.
would be. I mean, in the psychology of us wanting to make it the show, we want to make the show better. It's not about us being
Yeah,
better. It's about the
yeah. They were.
reaction, about making those people want to come back, and like
Yeah,
it's like I think the whole like winning and losing part of pro
Mhm.
wrestling is forgetting that it's still pro wrestling, and you
Yeah,
know that.
it's a show. It's entertainment.
Right, and everything serves a purpose, and the purpose is to make people want to watch this program. And with
Mhm.
everything, there has to be a winner and a loser, and that doesn't make you weak. Everybody knows what it is.
Yeah, no, everybody knows what it is. All it was it was a show. It was a spot show somewhere. It wasn't a big deal. Put the
Right,
faces over. Nobody gives a shit. And
right, right.
the crowd popped, and they were we entertained the people. So,
Right.
and it was
You
cue
did a
ball's
good job.
idea. It
It
was
was a
yes,
job. Yeah,
yeah, we did the
good,
job, and they were surprised.
good
They were
job.
surprised we were, because they said, "Really?" Yeah, we're like, "Yeah, no, that doesn't make any sense to do a DQ
Yeah, that's
finish."
what workers are. That's we're
Yeah,
part of the work.
we
That's
looked at it, we
what
said, "No, you don't
why
have to
they
be
say
afraid to
workers.
ask us to do a job. No, we'll do it." Yeah,
Right.
put each other. We're here to put each other over, and the guys were happy. The guys are, "Oh, okay, you get to go over." Yeah. So we could go into the Raw Monday Night Raw now. Now I made my
Right.
notes here. I'll go over them. You could comment on them. Oh, Combat Zone. Thank you. Combat Zone made a comment, commented and retweeted us. Thank you, JT.
Comment zone.
Commented. Yeah. See, are you getting any comments on Facebook from Elena?
Hang on a second.
Are we doing that? Because she likes to do that, and you can't see them while we're on the show. The
No.
Logan Paul CM Punk was the opener of the Raw, the promo where. All right, there we go. Got Combat Zone still mentioning us. Cool. Thank you. Thanks, Combat Zone admin. Thank you, sir. Logan Paul and CM Punk was the you know basically Logan Paul slapped CM
The
Punk.
show open. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It's setting up for WrestleMania. Logan Paul. I'm not a big fan of Logan Paul, so I'm a fan of CM Punk's. I always liked his work. You know,
Mhm,
met him once a long time ago at IWC up in
mhm.
Pittsburgh. Hmm. Yeah, wrestler
I'm
for
a
them.
huge CM Punk fan. I um I want to I I don't know. I want Logan Paul to do well. I want
Yeah,
uh,
yeah,
his
yeah.
audience.
It's just, yeah, I
I
know
want
what you
some
mean.
of his audience to be our audience too. Um, I'm
All right,
I'm I'm glad he's uh, doing pretty good when he's doing pretty good, and sometimes he stinks. But I mean, like he's 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 uh he's trying to be a pro wrestler. He's trying to be one of the boys. I get he's like making way more money than all the boys are, but like, is he bringing new eyeballs to the product?
could be. I think the Netflix on Raw is doing that.
Right,
There was a Kaiser got the win on the three way.
right. Who
Yeah,
else was in that? There was Penta and
and
Butch.
Butch, yeah, Penta and Butch. Penta was
Mhm.
doing some really cool spots. I mean,
Yeah.
I love when they call the Canadian Destroyer the Mexican Destroyer.
Right.
I was like, all right,
Whoever whoever's doing it, it's the country they're from.
yes, American Destroyer. Psh. All right. The Gunther. God, what was the guy? Gunther went over that little dude. What was his name? With Jay Uso came in and made the save. Gunther got a big win for his. I can't remember who he was working. That you remember the guy that got taken out of the Royal Rumble and the one dude replaced him, the little
Hmm.
guy. You know what I'm talking about? I
Was
didn't.
it
Go ahead.
Shad Gable? No.
No, not Gable. No, 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 no. The guy that does the dancing and the moon and the worm and stuff like that.
Oh, Otis.
Otis. Yeah, Otis is the big one. The other one, the little guy,
Oh, Tozawa.
Tazawa. That there's no
Akira
way I'm saying.
Tozawa.
Yeah, him. That's who it was. That's who it was. Yeah. Oh yeah, Otis came in and started work. Came in and then there was a little scuffle with them, and then Jey Uso came in and made the save because Gunther slapped the sleeper on Otis. And you remember an old sleeper hold becomes
Yeah, yeah.
becomes
That
becomes
this is what
relevant.
this is what work is. They're
Hmm.
and wrestling fans on the internet talk about work rate, and it's funny that they like for there's like your version of what a work rate is versus what the work is, what workers think the work rate is.
Yeah.
Uh, it's really funny when people think they like. I don't want to crap on wrestling fans, but I want to say it's funny when wrestling fans think they know more about the business than the people who are actually in it. It
Well,
it, it it's
it's true.
funny to me.
It's true. I mean, people
Right.
do that. It's true.
Right.
After that, oh, they did an Intercontinental Women's Title angle, Nyla and with Nyla, and it's well, you said I heard you comment about this before. Since she already lost to get into the elimination chamber, it's kind of whoop-dee. It kind of
Mhm.
denigrates the titles. There's so many titles now. It's almost like there's I think there's getting to be too many belts, but
It's to sell toys. It's so that they can make toys of them and sell them.
yeah,
Like
people could
that's
walk. Yeah,
that's the
people.
only reason I can think. That not the only reason, but I think that that's one of
Yeah,
the main reasons. It's for marketing.
hmm
It's to sell products.
yeah. They did an interview with Sami Zayn, promoting the Elimination Chamber that Saturday with his match with Kevin Owens. So that's gonna be the one I'm really looking forward to watching Saturday night and see how they handle that and what they do.
It's not official. It's
Thanks.
unsanctioned.
Yeah, he's got his injuries and problems. I said, yeah, you'll be there. Wait till you're in your 50s, Sammy. I'll be right there with you. That's always fun. Oh, Braun Breaker. Did it was he won by DQ, but man, he looked amazing. Dude, I love that when he does the hurricane off the top rope. The guy his size can do that.
Right?
Oh,
Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah. So last but not least, new women's tag team champions, Liv Morgan and Raquel. They went over. They got to win the
Yeah.
belts.
I don't know if I called it on this show, but I'm pretty certain I called it a while back when Liv dropped the world title. I said her and Raquel are going to go for the tag belts. I bet you, and
Yeah.
I think it happened.
You didn't think it did happen. I saw it. It did
I mean,
happen.
I I'd give me some sort of job for the fact that I'm calling things all the time.
You're psychic. Mhm.
Psychic.
Yes. I want the lottery numbers next week if you don't mind. While you're at it, let me go ahead and do a quick look up here. So we could look a little bit ahead to Elimination Chamber, which is Saturday, March 1st. That would be available on Peacock. Is that correct?
Peacock. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you sent me another attachment. Thanks, Corey. I'll look at that later. I'm in the middle of a
Well,
show here.
yeah, I didn't send it to you right this second. My phone's not on.
Oh, no, it's fine. Elimination Chamber
My,
2025.
my, my hands are dry. My hands are dry.
Good Lord. All right, let's take a look. Let's see what kind of a rundown we got here for Elimination Chamber. It's in Toronto, Canada. Blah 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 blah. Let me see what matches are here. Uh, I'm trying to get that matches. No, is this really the John Cena versus CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre versus Logan Paul versus Damian Priest versus Seth freaking Rollins for the Elimination Chamber? Then you got
Definitely gonna
Liv
be
Morgan. Yeah, you got then the women's elimination chambers: Liv Morgan versus Bianca Belair versus Alexa Bliss versus Bailey versus Naomi versus Roxanne Perez. And then the tag match, you got Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus versus Nia Jackson, Candice LaRue. And then the unsanctioned match, so there's four matches, is Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens.
wow. That sounds like a pretty hot card, dude. It
Yeah,
sounds
pretty
like
solid.
a
Yeah,
banger
what
card.
time? Let's see, what time? It's 7 Eastern time, March 1st on Peacock. So I kind of went through that show real quick. All right, cool. Anything you look? I'm looking forward to the Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, the Elimination Chamber stuff. I'm just hoping it's not just chaos and it's all crazy. I'm just like just so I can follow it. I'm an old man. I need things simpler for me.
I I do I do hope we see a Cody heel run. I know he almost like John Cena when John Cena refused to turn heel. that I had that same vibe when he was refusing to be a heel when he was getting booed at AEW, and he was not doing any heel things. He was just getting booed and booed and booed,
That
and
was
he
a
refused.
that was a great career move leaving AEW for
Yeah,
WWE.
yeah, for sure,
I was just
for
thinking
sure.
about that. Um,
Like
if
the best one ever, probably.
I was just going to say, a thought came to my head. If Cody Rhodes turns heel, it will be at WrestleMania. So
I think it will be the build up to WrestleMania.
you think it will be? I think it would be at WrestleMania. But hey, hey, we're allowed to disagree, Corey.
No, no,
We
I
can
mean
agree to
I'm saying
disagree.
like the money is in the build. The
Mm,
I mean the like have it be the money's in the chase. Now the chase will become whoever wins the elimination chamber. It'll be funny to see like the cool thing about the elimination chamber and the Royal Rumble is when it gets down to the last few people and you're like, who's really gonna get this thing? That's it's a cool way of looking at it as a wrestling fan.
cool. Awesome. All right, folks. Well, hey, we're going to wrap up the show today. We'll be back next week. We're going to talk about the Elimination Chamber and just pretty much preview anything else that might be coming up. Corey, did you have anything you wanted to plug or add before we take off?
Uh, for 30 weeks we've been doing this show, and for 30
Hmm.
weeks you guys have been joining us and hanging with us and interacting with us, and we
We
appreciate
appreciate it.
you guys
Hmm.
attention. We appreciate that we have any input in your day, and hope we bring some value. And if we do, hit the like, comment, subscribe, do all those things, and make sure you follow all the stuff and support our sponsor, Hemisphere Coffee Roasters.
Peace out. And before we do that, let's take a pause from our sponsors. All right. Thank you for staying with us. Thank you for that pause. That's awesome. Thanks for reminding myself to do that when you mentioned the sponsor. I had to do the pause. All right. I get senile, guys. Hey, thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week. Once again, always take care, and we will see you next week.